Okay, I think we're recording. My poor husband has probably heard me do this 3 times now. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today is gonna be a little bit different. Today I'm gonna be doing an unsponsored review of a brand called Pepper. They are a bra company that makes bras specifically for people with small chests. And this excited me a lot. I had a lot of really high expectations for it, and I bought 3 of their bras, 1 to represent basically each of the fits, and I will be sharing those with you, as well as a try-on of the bra that I typically wear a little bit later on in the video. And I will put a timestamp down below so that you can jump to that if you want to skip the background on my boob journey, but I am going to launch into that really quickly. I came up in the 90s during a time when having boobs was considered to be pretty much the most beautiful feminine thing that could exist. And throughout school and my developmental years, puberty time kind of came and went. All my friends developed and I did not. And I really had hard feelings about that for a long time. It stuck out to me as something that needed to be fixed at some point. And it was mainly because bra shopping was so difficult for me. I never really moved past the need for something like a sports bra or a training bra or something. And going into a place like Victoria's Secret felt very off limits to me, because the few times that I would go in there and get fitted for a bra, they would tell me, oh, you're a 32A. And I'm like trying on a 32A and I'm like, there's a lot of space here. Do you have something smaller? And like the little girl's like, you just need a push-up bra. And I'm like, sorry, Emily, there's no meat to push up. Like, we all just need to get on the same page about like how actually small they are. And I wore water bras, I wore padded bras. I really tried to look what I thought of as normal for a long time. But I always thought that in the back of my mind, having bigger boobs was going to make me feel more feminine and also more confident. And then cut to adulthood, where I've just kind of fully embraced it at this point. But every time I would see an ad from a lot of companies that were claiming to be very inclusive about their bra size ranges, a lot of times that meant that they were inclusive for very large sizes, which is fantastic. Everyone deserves to be served in these situations. But when I would ask them like, hey, do you carry a 34AA, which is what I am, in any of your bras, they would go, oh, you're a 32A. It's a sister size. And I don't know if sister sizes are a myth for everybody. You guys tell me. But when you get to such a petite size as a 34AA, a sister size does not work. It's not the same thing. So that always really drove me crazy too. It felt like I was being dismissed. And again, it's very common to feel that way and to feel like your body is wrong when an industry chooses to just exclude you or make you an afterthought, you know? This is just my own tiny little slice of that pie. So at one point I found, it's probably like 5 or 6 years ago, I found a company called Lulu Petites. I had never thought of myself as petite. I'm 5'8". I'm narrow, but I'm definitely not short, and I actually have a very long torso. So like, it never occurred to me to search for petite lingerie, but that was what ended up being the ticket for me. And what was so wild, I'll never forget this, when I was searching the internet for petite lingerie or for small boob lingerie, I immediately started getting served breast augmentation surgery ads. And I was like, there's something fundamentally wrong with that. These are the bras that I ended up buying. These I think run about $42. They're not inexpensive, but they've lasted me for ages from the brand Lulu. And I mean, yes, I have worn the daylights out of this, and I have this in their microfiber as well as this kind of stretch cotton, and it is so comfortable. It fits me like a glove. The only thing that drives me crazy is that I cannot seem to find a racerback bra of something like this, and so I've been known to just wear nippies. We'll get into that, but also to, like, you know, if I had to take a really, really heavy duty safety pin and just lock it in between these little rings. Some bras come with that. Lively makes bras that come with that. I wore Lively bras when I was pregnant, but they don't make anything small enough for me. So I was wearing those for a really, really long time, and I was so grateful that they existed, because they really not only are small enough, but the cups are really far apart. My boobs are like practically under my arms, and that's not everybody, I understand, but I think that there is an importance to acknowledging that even if you have like no boobs, like I have no boobs, that they still are somewhere, and they're not somewhere too. And so when things are really narrow or have an underwire in a lot of cases, and the underwire is kind of, the underwire has decided where your boobs are gonna be and that's not where your boobs are, it's gonna be a problem. And this doesn't have an underwire or anything, and it actually is where my boobs are, which is fantastic, and I have really enjoyed them. I really have. They look great under t-shirts, and they don't make my boobs look like they're trying to be bigger than they are. I've never wanted to, like, in my adult life, lie, you know? I got over the water bras and the padded bras and everything after a while, and I was just like, I'm tired of pretending, like, let's just embrace it. I cultivated an entire wardrobe around it, and, you know, that was that. So then last year, beginning of last year, I got pregnant. My boobs got huge. My mother always warned me. I was like, Mom, I got boobs. And she was like, well, get you some boobs, but you should probably wait until you're pregnant because you're gonna hate them. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna feel so feminine. And she's like, no, you're going to hate them. And she's like, you've lived your whole life without them, and then suddenly you have them, and you're going to not know what to do with them, and it's going to annoy the crap out of you, because that's what happened to her. And I could not believe, and I should have believed, but you know, my mother is always right about these things, and she was so right. It wasn't just that they were milky and leaky, it was the fact that, like, I kept smacking them when I went to like scratch my shoulder or something. I was just not ready for them to be there. And even when I had Simon and I was still breastfeeding, so I was smaller, I didn't have a baby in my belly anymore, but I still had these really big boobs, I was like, I hate these things. I hate them so much. I definitely think that all sizes of boobs, of bodies, are beautiful, and it's about loving what you have, but I had spent so long learning to love what I had, and suddenly they were different, and I was just like, no, I want what I had. And so when I stopped breastfeeding and they went flat again, oh, the relief. I was like, I will never complain about my boobs again. They are so great because they are not there. They are aerodynamic. They can be covered with, you know, a band-aid if I need them to be. And there's something really lovely about that. I also had a lot of trouble with my pre-pregnancy wardrobe when I had these big old boobs, because I thought that boobs were gonna make me feel more confident, but they didn't. They made my old wardrobe fit differently. And I was like, no, I like being able to wear like boxy men's shirts. I liked having a boyish shape and dressing it in kind of boyish ways. And I felt like it didn't really work as well, and things didn't fit the same, obviously didn't fit the same way when I had like a full C cup all of a sudden. And I was like, you know what? I am done complaining about them, and I am so grateful for them. And honestly, especially through lockdown and everything like that, I just gave up on bras altogether for the most part. But I do think that there's a necessity to have these kinds of solutions in your wardrobe. So the main thing that inspired me to even want to try another bra company, just because I do love the bras that I have, is just that there's not a lot of options for sexy bras for my size. You know, there's a solution. They will solve the bra thing for you, and there are beautiful bralettes on the market. That's another beautiful thing about having no boobs, is that like, you don't need any support, so you can just wear something to just cover them essentially. But there come times where you want to be able to wear a white t-shirt, you know, and so you need it to be really smooth fronted, or it's like, there are functional reasons that you would want to wear a bra. So I thought that Pepper offered some really, really beautiful styles that I was really excited to try. And the fact that they focus entirely on, you know, my sizing made it really exciting for me. So let's jump into these bras. So the first one that I picked up is called their Everyday Lace Bralette, and this is $38, and I got it in a size small. So not all of them come in cup sizes, and I think, you know, by their standards, maybe I might have like the wrong cup size. I'm not totally sure. This fits me, but another one that is more cup size specific doesn't really fit me as well. I'll get there, but this is an utterly beautifully constructed bra. It's got like a silky microfiber insert on the inside. There's no padding, and it's lacy with this really lovely, you know, kind of frayed trim on it. And this satisfies to me very much that sexy, I want my bra to show kind of vibe. I love to wear a white button down, and this is, I'm gonna show you guys the white button down, where if you lean forward and your bra shows, it doesn't look like your underwear, it looks like a part of your outfit. So it doesn't look like some kind of wardrobe malfunction, I guess you could say. I wanted that look. I've always seen like JC Dupree do that, and I ended up paying, I think like $80 one time for an Anina Bing bralette because I saw JC Dupree in it. She's Damsel in Dior, and I got that thing in the mail and I was like, nope. I mean, the smallest size was still like for like an A cup, and it just was not, there was no hope of me filling it out. I would have needed to pack it with socks, you know? And it does, it just makes you feel really odd sometimes where you're like, this is supposed to be for like fashionable small chests, and I'm still even smaller than that. So this does fit, but the triangles are a little close together for my taste, or for my body, I guess you could say. But I love the way that it looks underneath, like when it shows, and it is very secure. It's got this really, really big, lovely, stretchy, comfy band around it, and the color, obviously I could have gotten something that was closer to my skin tone. This does show, but I like that it shows. I think that the texture of it would show anyway, and again, if it were kind of closer to the, you know, natural pink of my skin that might look quote-unquote nude underneath a white t-shirt, you would still see lace, and I feel like it defeats the purpose. So I wanted this to be something much like a black bra or something like that, where it's like, no, I meant for this to show. I am going to keep this one because I think that it is really beautiful. These are all really beautifully constructed, I will definitely say that. And it's super duper comfortable, even though I don't necessarily feel incredibly sexy in it while I'm just wearing it, because I wish that the cups were further apart. I still feel really sexy in it when it like shows, you know, underneath a shirt or something. So it was what I was looking for in that sense. I would make some alterations, but I understand that my body is not everyone's body. Okay, the next one I got is the Mesh All You bra. You get the kind of, you know, pun there, like this is just gonna be all you. It's not super duper padded or anything, but it is $49. It says it's their best-selling, ultra flattering, supremely comfy underwire bra. As I mentioned earlier, underwire bras tend to make a decision as to where your boobs are. And if the decision is incorrect, well, there's no real hope for you. So this didn't work out for me. It isn't the shape of where my boobs are. It is still trying to kind of be a balconette almost, the way that it wants to kind of push them up. And so much like any other underwire I have ever worn, I find myself kind of nudging it one way and the other, trying to get around my boobs. I will say there is, and so people even with really big boobs have this, where their boobs are so far kind of like to the side of their body, and this is what I have, where if I lie down on my back, I can place my hand flat on my chest. So like that should tell you where my boobs are. They're like they're completely lateral. And so this just doesn't work for me. Also, all the ads show these women kind of putting this on and then leaning forward and there's no gapping. I had a lot of gapping still. It was as if it was too big, but it's not too big. The band might be a little bit large, but I still, like, even when I tightened it up in the back, like held it tighter, it's just that my boobs are in a different place than the underwire is. And so when I put a t-shirt on over this, I still ended up with that nightmare, okay? The nightmare of anybody who's wearing a bra that's too big, where you see your shirt gather in the top of your bra when you move because it's not making contact with your skin. So yeah, it's like if someone were to look down your, you know, V-neck or something, they would just see straight to your nipples. It's that. And so even though this is, you know, tiny and it is strategically designed for small boobs, it's strategically designed for someone else's small boobs, not mine. And I'm actually really happy about that because for some reason I had like forgotten that underwires existed until I put this on and I was like, oh God, why? Underwires are still awful, okay? They still feel terrible and I don't want anything to do with them. So this one is going back. That one didn't work for me. I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong with that bra. It was worth me trying and showing it to you guys, especially if you fall into one of those two categories, whether your boobs are actually, you know, nice and straightforward on your body, that might work great for you. But if they're like mine, then you know that that's probably going to be really uncomfortable for you. So the third bra that I got is called, wait for it, the Limitless wire-free scoop bra, and it is $48. And I got it, both of those were in the shade, I think, Tuscan. And this is in the shade Sienna Rose, and it is much more like nude for my skin tone because I wanted this to be an ideal t-shirt bra. So this is our versatile wire-free bra that finally provides both lift and coverage made with an optimized amount of special ultra soft fabric. This wire-free bra has just enough to hug your boobs like the pair of perfect yoga pants. Stretch, dance, I don't have my glasses on, work, play, you can do whatever you want in it, and it dresses up with a skirt or dresses down with sweatpants. You can wear it peeking through a shirt when you go out or throw it on to do yoga when you work out. There are so many ways to style it. It's cuter than a sports bra and definitely provides way more oomph than one. And yeah, I ended up getting this in a small as well. So when I put this bra on, it is the most comfortable bra I have ever put on. It is cooling. This fabric is lovely. It's this amazing wicking microfiber, and it actually feels cooling like water on your skin. It has a really comfortable band. It looks very similar to the one that I wear, except it has, you know, this little mesh linking in between it, which was fine with me. And it is where my boobs are. It fits like a glove. It is, I cannot tell you how comfortable this bra is. I thought I was going to be head over heels and be able to finally give a bra from Pepper like a 100% 5 enthusiastic thumbs up, like good review. And then I put a white t-shirt on. Why would you make a t-shirt bra something that has, you know, this slippy material on it, right? So that it's supposed to be so that cotton doesn't catch on it. That's kind of the beauty of a slick bra, is because you don't want it to show. And then you're gonna throw a dart, look at that, right in the middle of it. And it sticks out right where your nipple is. So when you put a white t-shirt on over this, you see this stupid dart. Lively does this too, and it looks like your nipples are coming through your shirt. You can see the actual like seam of the bra just right there, clear as day. I want to compare it to my other one, which somehow is flat fronted. I don't know how they did it. It might have like a little gather right here, maybe a tiny gather, but that is one of the beautiful silver linings, you might say, of having tiny boobs, is that you don't need darts, okay? Clothing with darts in them tend to imply that you have something there that the fabric needs to pucker around, okay? A 34 AA, you don't need to accommodate that kind of volume. And for that reason, I think that this is just, it's just so dumb. Especially for something that's so perfect in every other way. Like, there has to be a way to make this like this. Do you see the difference? Obviously you see the difference. Dart, nipple, no dart. They're exactly the same other than that crucial detail. So this one actually broke my heart. You know, the other one I was like, I didn't really think that was gonna work out. I wanted to order it for the review, try it on for you guys and show it to you. Maybe it would pleasantly surprise me, but it didn't. This breaks my heart because this is an utterly lovely bra up until that little moment. And for me, that makes it not worth keeping it, because what I would be using it for is an invisible t-shirt bra. So unfortunately, this one is going back as well. So to recap, I will be keeping the lace bralette and I will be sending back the other two for the reasons that I have enumerated. And I will continue to buy from Lulu petites because, you know, they figured it out and they nailed my silhouette. They also make bras in silhouettes that don't work for me, that are meant for people whose boobs are in different parts of their body. Like, everybody has different proportions, you know, and I'm glad that they accommodate for that too. And also, I think I've had this bra for, like I said, like 5 years. It's crazy how long this thing has lasted me. And the only sign of wear is that, you know, when I was pregnant, I wore it for a little too long, you know, as my boobs started growing before I bought new bras to accommodate that. And it started to just do a little bit of like splitting, if you can see that. You know, it's just starting to kind of fray right there. And it does have removable pads and everything, and the pads have never really worn out or done anything weird or warped in the wash either. And it's super duper comfortable and has gotten more and more comfortable as I've worn it, and it hasn't pilled, which is great. Like, even the cotton has not pilled. And I mean, I wash it with everything. I wash the daylights out of them. So I have a few of them, but that one's my favorite. Like, I have a black one that's in the very smooth front, the like slick smooth front, and I have a nude smooth front, but I do prefer the cotton. It's just so comfortable. And I should mention, there is a very elegant solution for especially people with teeny tiny boobs, but pretty much anybody can wear these. And these, if you are not familiar with them, are called nippies, and you can order them on Amazon. You can get them a lot of places, but they are silicone sticky things, and they basically just, they come in a bunch of different skin tones, and you just paste them over your nipple. And I learned actually over the years and going through a lot of pairs of these, that instead of applying them like downward over your nipple, if you apply them upward, then it actually makes better contact with the skin on the top of your boob, especially if you don't have a lot of volume there, because I don't. And you won't end up with that like telltale bubble of this thing showing through a sheer shirt or something. It will actually make like a really nice seamless contact with your skin, and it won't look like a silicone nipple cover, So a little hot tip there. Yeah, that is my unsponsored review of Pepper and where I landed as far as my bra journey is concerned as a result of trying these. I do hope that they expand their range and also ask their audience what they would want from an iterative standpoint on what they already had, because I think they're really onto something genius here, and they're catering to a very underserved minority of sizes, but I still think that they have a little bit of work to do, So yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope you guys found this valuable. If you don't have teeny tiny boobs, maybe you just found this entertaining, but either way, I hope you had fun. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you have a friend with teeny tiny boobs, maybe pass the video along. And if you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you did. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today, guys. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.